now we got that, and now I freaking use so many of them. I can still level up though. Well, that was quite the clamor, I say. It's not every day you see someone go claw to claw with Roland. I didn't know it was gonna cause such a commotion. Oh, well, if you ask this old man, it's about time someone stood up to that bully. He's been attempting to pave over my museum for God knows how long. But I digress. We've got to get a move on if we want to beat Roland to the punch. As I said, the first stop on our journey is the Grove. Head out of the city and keep traveling north and you'll reach it eventually. Just take care not to get devoured, I say. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, damn. We're actually using the compass? I forgot what Firth sounded like because it was disappointing. Oh, yeah, this is gonna rule. A real chance to go up against my idol, Roland. Your idol? You like that guy? Of course I do. He's a business genius, you know? Roland came into this town with nothing, save the clothes on his back and a trash scavenging empire that goes back generations. And he built that empire up into a somewhat bigger empire, all on his own. Why go after treasure if you think he's so cool? You don't really know the first thing about business, kid. Sure, I respect Roland, but we're also in the same market, and that makes us rivals. The free market demands I do my best to one-up him. That's the spirit of healthy competition. Just years from the town, you're already making waves, kiddo. If it wasn't for you, we'd all have just rolled over and let Roland step all over us like usual. So we're all going after this treasure then? Seems like it. If that old-timer who runs the museum ain't pulling our claws, whoever gets that treasure is gonna have some serious pull around town. But honestly, as long as someone gets it who ain't Roland, most of us would be darn pleased. Who is that guy anyway? Why does everyone hate him so much? Roland? Only the CEO of Shellfish Corp, the largest trash scavenging operation out there. Besides what a few independent traders haul in with their own two claws, all trash that makes its way into New Carcinia goes through Roland. He's got some pretty deep pockets. Shellfish Corp owns most of the buildings in town by now and charges a pretty plastic for the privilege of living in them. Those of us down in the lower crust, you could say we ain't really fans of the way things are going. So taking him down a peg by waving some treasure in his face, I can think of a lot worse ways of spending a tide or two. Enough about Roland. We gotta make tracks toward that treasure. The museum curator told us to head towards the Grove. Been to the Grove before. Meet me just outside of town if you need a nudge in the right direction. I'm not gonna talk to everybody. That's okay. How many are left? 3? Okay, I guess. So I said the first stop in the Grove, head out of the city and keep traveling north and reach it eventually. Just take me out to get devoured, I say. Yeah, okay. Leaving the city in today's climate, how frightful. If we all work together, I'm sure we can all find the treasure and come back in one piece. So climb aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. We could build a new church with that kind of money. Our faithful will worship in the parking lot no more. Heavens, what excitement, Latuna. I'll be tagging along on your little treasure hunt. Must document it for all my followers. Who are followers? You know, followers. People who follow me around just desperate to know what I'm up to. You mean to tell me you don't have any? Not really. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. A real life treasure hunt. Oh boy, smooching time. Sorry. If you've seen the Legend of Zelda thing, you know. The Legend of Zelda CDI or whatever thing. I'll just watch the YouTube video. I'll put it up there.
Oh boy, smooching time!
This is kind of the thing you read about in books as a little crablet. You'll fight a shark or a bobbit worm. One of those horrendous monstrosities that live only in the deepest depths of the drain. I really hope not. Alright. Let me level up. I don't think we really need anything else. 3? Yeah, I'm not really jacking the umami stuff yet. North. There appears to be a path that way, but I feel like it's probably gonna be that way. The camera basically pointed me that way, though. Brother, that button is a thing, I know it. Dashed away out of town, bucko. Those are the good points. Don't be afraid to get a little lost. Welcome to Carcinia Heights. Luxury homes, luxury views for the luxurious upper cruster yearning for a life of luxury. Home start as low as 1.5 million microplastic. God dang. Inner city, a tale, treasure, tragedy, betrayal, romance. Maybe if I hurry, I can snag all the novelization rights. Just fall down here? That seems crazy. There's items around here. I can feel it. Whoop. Bum, bum, bum. Trash Day still finds a way to surprise me every time after all this. How fun it'd be to swim all the way up to Trash Island as it passes by. I bet you'd come back the richest crab in town. But no one's that strong of a swimmer. In worst case scenario, you'd just get stuck up there. Brother, I'm literally just gonna drop down. Whoops. Searching back yet? Still no sign of him. Told him heading out into the sands between was a bad idea. That boy and his get-rich-quick schemes. Sure hope he's doing alright. Check this other side, and then we're just dropping down. Y'all got any items over here, perhaps? Perhaps. Wish I could have a little pet sardine. So cute. Oh my god, no way. What's up? I totally feel the exact same way about sardines. No way. You want to kiss a little bit? What? What? Huh? 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 Imagine I just take fall damage. Okay, where in the bottom, the Undercity is this? Sorry, I gotta do this every time just so I can get my bearings. Alright, anyway. We'll just figure it out later. Alright, fellas. See y'all out there on the reef. The sands between. Huh? Hold on. Hold on. Don't do this to me. Oh my god, he's popping off crazy. Okay. I need you to stop. You're really freaking me out right now. Frightened. Brother, I need you to stop. Alright, we're just gonna go. Ah! Okay. Brother, what the shell was that, dude? Why can't I throw this at you? Ow. Ow, ow. Oh. Okay. That's gonna be a 7. 3. Where'd I come from? This way, all the way back here? That was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage, though. So we'll have to, if we can get rid of all these nerdlets out here. Whoa, 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 hold your seahorses, kiddo. Look, we're technically rivals in this treasure hunting thingamajig, but I don't want to see you get devoured before my eyes. What did I do wrong? Look, there are rules to exploring the sands between, namely steps you gotta take from preventing him from slurping you right out of your shell and eating you whole. See these arches? Folks who commune from here have done a great job of scenting routes to the nearby areas. Scenting? Yep, laying down scents that he ain't a fan of. No matter how tasty you are, he won't pass near the path. Oh, who are we talking about? Who is this guy? Look, just stick to the arches, okay, kiddo? If you get chased, make your way back to one of them as soon as you can. Wish I had read that earlier. So you're serious about this treasure hunt after all? Of course I am. This is the only way to get my shell back. Please don't take offense, but I have suspected you'd lose your nerve, I say. Sands between are no place for an innocent crab. Whatever, I'm super brave. Let's just get this over with so I can go home. Point me in the right direction. Oh ho! You might have what it takes after all, child. Such a willingness to run off and get killed in the name of discovery, it brings a tear to my eye, I say. Since you're new here, I'll give you an overview. Oh my god, thank you. To the north is our enchanted grove, full of a reclusive village of spiritualists. East of here is Flotsam Vale, the company town of Shellfish Corp. West, I wouldn't go west without a good reason. Not that it matters. The captain's map is pointing us north towards the Enchanted Grove. Meet me there and we can discuss our next steps. Yes, sir. Brother. The path ends like here. It's like I just didn't look. Alright, hold on, brother. God dang. Give me a shell first. I just want to know, like, what I'm in for. I just want to know what I'm in for, dude. Probiotic. How's that mean? Ooh, oh my god. That's not a lot of damage. Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to fight him later. That's gonna be a later deal. We gotta go north. So we just gotta book ass to the next little hoopty. Alright, bet. Listen, if anybody wants to fight, I'll fight your right ear. $250. Oh wait, what's my status? Probiotic infuse your body with health, restore some health over time. I just want to know what my, like the next, what is that? Can I make that in time? Whoops. What is that? I want it. Shut up. Oh! I lived, bitch. Oh my god, is he styling on me? I lived, bitch. Tackle pouch are perfect. Satchel perfect for holding fishing gear. Crabs want it, fish fear it, increases the number of barbed hooks that can be held at any time. Okay. A trap? Don't do this. Okay. Okay. So we're back here. Okay. We'll get there eventually. Very carefully, I suppose. So now we're here. That's east. Okay, we gotta go east to go north, I suppose. I see it. I missed. I missed. Alright, bud. Alright. straight ahead. We're rocking it, we're rocking it, we're rocking it, we're rocking it. Hold on a minute. Why did you miss that hard? $250. Oh my god. Okay, so now we're heading northerly, right? Northern Lionly. I knew something was afoot, bro. I knew something was afoot. I got you. Oh my god, I'm using all of my items. We wait. We're gonna wait a little bit. Okay, we're on the way there. Friggin' jerks. 2005. Didn't this say that this could, like, what you call it, enemies? Like, entrap enemies? This does nothing of the sort, dude. Now you're making me mad. I need you to stop absolutely spacing me out, please. I'm not chasing you that far. Oh my god, dude, he's eating me. Brother is straight up just popping off on me. So what do I do with all these barbed hooks now? I feel bad for you. You weren't even doing nothing. Alright, we're literally looking at it. So let's hustle on over. Hey, you. Me? What do you call a blue crab who goes on a lot of dates? Blue crab that goes on a lot of dates. What? Sleeping with... Wait, did I say a crab or a fish? Damn it! Been waiting for so long for someone to come by so I could tell them my joke. And I screwed it up. I'm so stupid. That's the last straw. My life is worthless. No! No, ma'am. You did not have to do this. Lady, you did not have to do this. I'm sorry. We gotta be due for a save point, bro. Look at how far we've traveled. These are the sands in between, so like, you know, probably not, but like, we gotta be nearing something. Maybe we just book it until we get there, until we find one, and we come back to run the ones. I see it. I see it. Once I get the save point, it's over for you. This song also bangs. I mean, it's no, you know the one. I can't remember its name. It's no the other one, but it's alright. By the way, so the crab lady that was waiting around to tell a story reminds me of a time once I was single, right? I was like back when before I wound up in the happy relationship that I'm in, that I very much would love to be in for the rest of my life. I was like on the apps, right? I was on like Tinder and stuff like that. And I'm terrible. I was terrible at Tinder. I was so bad. I'm so uninteresting to message. So I'm like on the apps. I didn't have interesting pictures taken of me or anything. I was just a mess, right? So I'm on the apps and I see this lady. I can't remember her name, but she says on her page, she says, I love poetry, and somewhere on our page it was like, oh, here's I like Post Malone. So one night I go out with my buddy. I'm drunk. I'm drunk. And I message her. I'm drunk. I message her out at the bar, and I'm like, hey, would you like to hear a haiku about Post Malone? She doesn't answer right away. She doesn't answer that night. So I'm like, man, whatever. Go about my night, living, laughing, not loving because I was single. The next day she messages me and she's like, sure, what's the poem? What's the haiku? Whoop. It's gone, bro. I couldn't remember what it was. I couldn't remember what it was to save my life. So I essentially just clickbaited this lady, bro. Oh, man. I still think about that. That's so funny. I think about that all the time. Because I'm like, maybe one day I'll remember what it was. And I can tell someone. I could tell Liz and they'd probably think that I'm stupid. Not stupid, but they'd be like, wow, that was a dumb poem. Because I'm like dating a poet, you guys. It's crazy. Who are you? You again, vagabond. I'm pleased you survived. Whoa, I barely recognized you. Oh, wait. You're the guard from Slacktide, right? Nice hat. Indeed. Cheetan is my name. However, I have shed my title. I was foolish to pledge my sword to a lord so easily swayed by greed. You understand, don't you? The consequences of the fall of Slacktide. No one to guard the bridge? Far more serious, vagabond. What annihilated Slacktide was an infection. At first, I thought it a pollution of the body. Now I suspect it stems from the mind. Regardless, I believe it was the Duchess's greed that invited it into her lands. And until those like her were annihilated, the infection will spread. Until those like her are annihilated, the infection will spread and spread and spread. For this purpose, I have arrived at this grove. So you came to this grove to kill someone? In a sense, I came to grow in strength. The way through will not be easy. It appears polluted bandits have overtaken this place. But I believe somewhere within lies a master who will grant me greater power. Power that could destroy the ruler of the reef. The ruler of the reef? You mean Roland? I met that guy. He seemed like a real jerk. I wouldn't blame you for wanting to take him down. You came face to face with a tyrant and you failed to strike him down? Well, I wasn't gonna fight a guy I just met. Even if I wanted to, his bodyguard would have probably wiped the floor with me. Know this, vagabond. Anyone can identify evil. It is nothing special. If you are unwilling to lay down your life to correct this world's cruelty, what use are you? Well, I don't see you rushing off to go fight Roland right off the bat either. Maybe I'm also here to get stronger so I can take him on. You think about that? We shall see. You must be strong to have survived this long, vagabond. Use your strength to strike down this world's evil, or it is all for nothing. Interesting fella. Lot of arrows on the ground. I'm not liking that.